eyewitness weather forecast.
And a pleasant Friday evening to you once again. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed. It looks like most of the rain, fortunately, the worst of it is behind us, but we still have some scattered shower and thunderstorm chances as we go through the overnight hours and through tomorrow morning as well. So let's take a live look right now at downtown Utica, where we do have a lot of clouds, yes, but the rain has come to an end for the time being. Certainly it looks a lot different than it did earlier this afternoon when that rain was coming down moderately to heavily, and temperature 73 degrees, pretty close to where we should be for this time of year, and the dew point is still around 65. It's going to remain rather elevated through the day tomorrow. So as I mentioned, those shower and thunderstorm threats continue through the overnight hours and through the first part of tomorrow, although I think the worst of it is behind us, except for maybe some of our southern areas. Other than that, we will have a primarily dry weekend with seasonable temperatures not only through the weekend but through next week as well. Temperatures right now are rather seasonable. For most of us, it's into the lower and middle 70s from Utica down to the southwest, but up toward the north and east and down to the south, where you're still dealing with a little bit of rain and some clouds right now. Temperatures are in the 60s. So the worst of the rain has shifted off toward the east. We have several flash flood warnings for the Albany, Schenectady area just to the west of that, and no flash flood warnings to speak of here in central New York other than some spotty isolated showers. We do have flood watch though for the southern tier and the mid-Hudson Valley. That's in effect through midnight tonight. That's because many of these areas have already seen as much as an inch and a half to, in some cases, more than that. And the only reports of flooding that we've had close to our area are in Chenango County, but that may get a little bit worse before it gets better because we do expect the rain to re-intensify over the next few hours before midnight. We also have an air quality alert for the counties bordering the lakes as well as the Canadian border, and closer to home that includes northern Herkimer as well as Lewis and Hamilton County through midnight as well. That's because of ground level ozone that you'll be dealing with for the next few hours as well. It's also National Donut Day with if you're going to be heading out and grabbing a little dessert after dinner over the next few hours, it'll be mainly dry, temperatures dropping from the 70s into the 60s under cloudy skies, and there will be that isolated or scattered shower not only through tonight but through tomorrow morning as well. But as we head throughout the day, the clouds will push out, we'll see winds out of the west, and temperatures will be in the 70s, right where we should be for this time of the year. If you're heading to Lake Ontario over the weekend, you'll see temperatures in the 70s as well, with not much to worry about other than you'll need the sunscreen. The UV index will be high, and as far as your mowing forecast goes, the best day looks to be Sunday, with Saturday, Monday, and Tuesday looking a little bit rough with some rain chances. Other than that, primarily dry this weekend with temperatures right where they should be for this time of the year and looking to stay that way through most of next week. The only thing is that we'll have to deal with some more unsettled weather heading our way Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday starting to dry out and get warmer as well.
And then, Jordan, when is a lot of that rain supposed to hit Chenango and Otsego counties tonight?
So it's expected to re-intensify around 8 p.m. or so a little bit after sunset, and then the worst of it should be through midnight, but we'll still be dealing with scattered showers into Saturday morning as well. And then after that, it starts to dry out.
All right, make sure you stay safe down there. Coming up
now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And welcome back to Eyewitness News at 10 on your Friday evening. We are closing in on what has been quite a dreary day, but the good news is that we will start to turn the page as we head into the weekend. Let's take a look at that almanac for the day. You'll notice it was significantly cooler than it has been over the last 2 days. Both yesterday and on Wednesday, we had temperatures up into the middle and upper 80s. Today, 73 for the high, which is 2 degrees short of the average, so we'll consider it a seasonable day. But you'll notice that the low temperature much higher than the average for this time of year, 54, obviously not anything record breaking. And you'll notice we've had exactly half an inch of rain in the Utica area since midnight. That's not the case though in some other areas, both to the north and to the south, where we've had as much as 3/4 of an inch to an inch of rain, maybe even a little bit more than that, especially down toward Albany. Look at that, 1/10 of an inch of rain in that purple area in Schenectady County, even got more than that. And it's continuing to add up there. Right now, we're just dealing with a few clouds in downtown Utica. Temperature right now, 65 degrees. The dew point is 64. So with that dew point and the temperature being so close, A, the temperature won't drop back much, and B, we'll be dealing with a little bit of fog and a calm wind at this time as well. Temperatures, with the exception of Old Forge at 59, the rest of us are into the lower and middle 60s. So there could be some patchy fog in addition to some rain that might redevelop during the the overnight hours. Obviously, the radar looks a lot different than it did earlier this afternoon and this evening. We're just dealing with some isolated or scattered light rain showers down toward the southern tier, and that's where you dealt with the bulk of the heaviest rain for most of the day. That storm system, or the stalled front, was the cause for that, and that continues to drift slowly toward the south and east. But nonetheless, we do have a flood watch in effect for the southern tier, Chenango and Otsego counties, and a lot of heavy rain toward the mid-Hudson Valley, where that flood watch continues till midnight tonight. And then as you head up toward the north, on the opposite side of that, we have an air quality alert in effect till midnight tonight for all the counties bordering the Great Lakes, as well as the Canadian border, for ground level ozone. This air is pretty stagnant because of the dew point and the temperature being so close. It's rather humid. We'll also be dealing with a little bit of smoke as we head through the day tomorrow, but before we get to that, rain will redevelop tomorrow morning early, and then as we head throughout the day, we'll see clouds mixing out for sunshine, and temperatures fairly seasonable for this time of year. And you may want to head over to any of the area lakes, obviously the water being pretty cool, but the UV index will be high with temperatures in the 70s, so definitely want that sunscreen. Temperatures both days for the weekend under a blend of clouds and sun will be right where they should be for this time of year, around 75, 76 degrees. Tonight will be between 60 and 65, mainly cloudy with a few showers. And then tomorrow we'll start the day with showers, but then the afternoon will be quite lovely with temperatures around 75, and then it becomes unsettled as we head through the start of the next work week with showers and thunderstorms both Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday's a bit of a transitional day. Temperatures still rather seasonable. We'll see the clouds and showers ending, and then Thursday and Friday upper 70s to around 80 with a lot of sunshine.
Jordan, it seems like a lot of those floods have missed our area. Even though we're under a little bit of a flood watch, most of it seems to be going toward the capital region.
Yeah, a lot of flooding down toward the capital region today, and even a couple of reports as close as Chenango County, but most of our area really missed out on that, so that's some good news there.
Well, regardless, if you are near any of those sites, especially Otsego County, where we're still under that flood watch, be sure to stay weather aware. Make sure you can have a safety plan in place if that flood does happen. Hall of Fame weekend continues out in Canastota.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And a pleasant Friday evening to you once again. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking a little bit of wet weather to start your weekend, but it's not all bad news. We will see a fair amount of sunshine as well. But before we get to that, let's take a look at the stats for today. That high temperature is 73 degrees, cooler than average by about 2 degrees, but it's still about 10 to 15 degrees cooler than it was both yesterday and back on Wednesday. And as far as those rainfall totals are concerned, we had half an inch exactly here in downtown Utica, but up toward the north and down toward the south, we had as much as 3/4 of an inch to an inch of rain. And behind my back, Albany had more than that. Same thing down there in Catskill, 1.35 inches. And that's just since midnight, and those numbers are going to continue to grow during the overnight hours. Mainly clear skies here in downtown Utica, though, although that will change. We'll see an increase in clouds and some showers returning as we head through late in the night and into early tomorrow morning. The dew point is 62, temperature is 63. So with that dew point and the temperature being so close, it means the temperature won't drop back much during the overnight hours, and there could be some patchy fog in addition to the rain out there. As far as temperatures go across the rest of the region, we're in the lower and middle 60s, with the exception, the holdup of Old Forge at 59 degrees right now. And obviously the rain is out there right now, but it's not as heavy, not as widespread as it was earlier this afternoon and this evening. We do just have some light showers closer toward the southern tier, where the bulk of the heaviest rain fell earlier in the day, and where it'll fall during the overnight hours as well. Other than that, we have a lot of clouds, and those clouds and the rain will continue to build back in during the overnight hours. As such, we do have a flood watch in effect for the southern tier, as well as the mid-Hudson Valley, where there was a lot of flash flooding earlier this afternoon. The closest reports that we had of flooding to our area were both southern Chenango as well as portions of Fulton and Montgomery County. Again, mainly the capital region being impacted by that. That flood watch, by the way, goes until midnight tonight. This also goes until midnight as well. The air quality alert for ground level ozone that has been in effect all day for areas to the north and west, mainly of our viewing area. But Lewis, northern Herkimer as well as Hamilton County included in that. It's mainly toward the Canadian border because the air has been pretty stagnant there with the dew point and the temperature being so close. Something that will return as we head through tomorrow afternoon, once the rain gets out of here and the clouds do too, is the near surface smoke coming from those Canadian wildfires. But first we have to deal with the rain overnight tonight with temperatures in the 60s, and then we'll see the clouds thinning out tomorrow afternoon. It'll be pretty nice out there with temperatures getting their way into the 70s, right where they should be for this time of the year. And if you're thinking about heading to any of the area lakes, you won't have a problem there. The only thing that you'll have to deal with is the high UV index. So make sure to apply plenty of that sunscreen. Temperatures both weekend days pretty seasonable under a blend of clouds and sun. We'll see rain chances early tomorrow, and then the next rain chance returns late Sunday night. Temperature tonight 62 degrees, cloudy with a few showers, and temperatures right where they should be for tomorrow, 75 with a few showers to start the day, but then after that the afternoon will be pretty lovely. It turns unsettled as we head through Sunday night, Monday and into Tuesday with scattered shower and thunderstorm chances. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, upper 70s to around 80 with a lot of sunshine at this point, but still fairly seasonable for this time of the year.
You know, Jordan, the good thing about having that rain is that it's not going to be the greatest weekend if you were planning to go up north or maybe even to Lake Ontario to cool off a little bit from all this heat.
Yeah, so the temperatures are going to be more seasonable, and it also helped that there will be a bit of a breeze if you're going to be out by the lakes. The water's still a little chilly, though, in the 40s to around 50 right now.
And for those who have any respiratory illnesses like asthma, who might be a little exacerbated by the smoke, what would you recommend for them this weekend?
I would say limit your time outside, stay hydrated, if you still have any N95 masks, keep those in your back pocket if you still need them.
All right, thank you, Jordan. Coming up next on Eyewitness